Pisces, and welcome back to my channel, Aquarian Empress Tarot. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, welcome. To my returning subscribers, welcome back, my loves. So happy Saturday, you guys. Good morning. Hope everybody's well. Hop on into the live stream. Hop on into the live stream because Saturdays are my live stream days. So if you're new to the channel and you're wondering, well, when is the next time she's going to be live? It's Saturday mornings. That's when I do my live streams. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that way you can be notified whenever I post new content, whenever I do live streams, so you're notified, okay? One thing I'm going to try my best to start doing is posting back in my community tab to keep everybody up to par with what's going on with me. So that's another thing I'm going to attempt to do. But happy Saturday. Good morning, y'all. The goal was to get started early today. So I'm just going to give everybody a few minutes to hop into the live stream. Also, if you are new here, we talk about all things tarot related, occult, metaphysical, spiritual practices. Any and everyone is welcome from all over the world, but please keep your comments respectful. Please be respectful of other people who are in the live stream as well. Trolls will be blocked immediately without hesitation. So also anyone sending donations for a reading. Super chat is an option. I do not prefer super chat because super chat takes so long to actually pay out us content creators. So if you're going to send a donation, I prefer Cash App, PayPal, or however you want to do it. Okay. But $12.22 for a basic spread, like 5-card pull, and then $22.22 for a deep dive. Okay. And I'm gonna post that here so you guys can see it. Okay, y'all. So let me get into it. I hope everybody has been well. This week has been super busy. Good morning, Aquarian Light. How are you, love? It's been a while. Long time no see. How are you? We missed you. As I was stating earlier, I switched my live stream days to just Saturday because I've been super busy. And then, what is this? Oh, this is December. Yes. Starting next month, I'll be starting school. So, yeah, I'll still be live in the mornings. Oh, do you? Okay, that's probably why. Because you're on the East Coast, right? Yeah, your time zone is different. That's probably why you get notifications late. I'm just giving everybody a few minutes to hop into the live stream. And I'm going to pull some collective messages real quick while we're waiting. I hope everything's been well with you, love. For anyone who's new to the channel, like I said, if you're hopping in, please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to turn on your notifications, your post notifications, hit that bell, because like Aquarian Light said, sometimes the notifications come in late and you don't want to miss out. You really don't want to miss out. We have really good conversations here on my channel. So like I said, we talk about a variety of things: life, love, relationships, everything. I know I've been busy as well. Like, my schedule has been very tight. So when I got home last night, it was like 8:30 my time. I went to bed. I was on my phone. I was scrolling through TikTok and I ended up dozing off and falling asleep. And I slept so great. It was like 9 o'clock. I dozed off, went to sleep for a little while, woke up 10 o'clock, went back to sleep. And then I woke up at like 6 o'clock this morning and started cleaning my house. Actually, it was like 5 something this morning. But I'm always up early. It's just my internal clock. I think since birth, I've always been awake early. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Nothing has changed, love. As far as like price-wise, everything's still the same. And anytime that anyone wants to book a personal reading with me, I'm still available for personal readings. As always, of course, it's on my time. So just book it. Go to the website, you know, book your personal reading. If you have a really you have one question that you want answered in depth, feel free to book it. It's $25 for a full in-depth question, just one question, nothing regarding legal matters or nothing regarding health, but just put your information in the comments box on my website. Let me add the link so you guys can see it. But yeah, actually this week I had quite a few readings. I had quite a few clients book, and so I was very busy. So I didn't get to do the collective readings for Libra, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. So I'm going to get those done today. Actually, let me take that back. I started recording the reading for Libra, and my iPad ran out of storage is what happened. That's the truth. So I started Libra's reading, and then it just went haywire from there. Hang on, y'all. Copy. Okay. So let me just drop the link to my website for those of you guys who are interested in booking a full in-depth personal reading. Okay. So there's a link for that. So let's see what messages Spirit has for you guys. All right, honorable ancestors, spirit guides of the light only, please show me the messages for the collective. Today's Saturday, so don't forget to do your protection work. If you have a specific protection ritual, which I do, and I'm kind of mad low-key because that consists of frankincense for me. And I don't have any right now, so I just ordered some from Amazon. Usually every Saturday I burn frankincense in my house. It's a cleanse. And I don't have any because I sold it. I sold it on my Etsy shop. So I was like, dang. So now I have to do something else. But I always sage my house as well. I always sage it and pray. Pray for protection. Pray to remove anything that's unwanted. Anything like that. Prayers are powerful and effective. Also, cleanliness is next to godliness. So one of the best things you can do to protect your house from any unwanted negative vibrations is clean it. Clean it. Organize it. Put things away. Throw things out. Literally, the act of throwing things out is getting rid of things that you don't need. Things that are holding on to stagnant energy. How do I say this? Low vibrational, or what we would call unclean spirits, they tend to dwell around filth. They tend to dwell around stagnancy and mold and nastiness and dark places and things of that nature. So that's why that saying is very true. Good morning, Tasha love. cleanliness is next to godliness, and that's one of the best armors of protection you will have spiritually, is cleaning things out. And that includes like cleaning your car out, cleaning your desk at work, getting it organized, because you find that your kitchen, throwing things away, cleaning out the refrigerator, washing and scrubbing those cabinets, those baseboards, the stove, like you find that when your environment is clean, you're able to think a lot clearer. You're also able to move around more freely. Things flow a lot more freely, okay? So, morning Tasha, morning to everybody who's hopping into the live stream. Look at what we got, y'all. We have the creative, and that's what the ancestor said this morning. We have the creative, and when I see this card for me, I'm instantly reminded of the story of the creation in Genesis, right? God created the heavens and the earth. So it's the active yang principle. Strength. Oh, thank you, Aquarian love. You can go ahead and drop your question. It says strength, tenacity, dynamism, inspiration, heaven, masculinity, authority, and we have father. So some of you guys may be strengthening your spiritual connection to the Heavenly Father or your earthly father. And if your earthly father is passed over, Spirit's just reminding you that in this life, he may be one of those spirit guides for you. All right. Then also we have strength. When we think about masculine energy, it's very strong. And so the ancestors constantly remind you to step in your power, to know your worth, to know where you come from, to own it, not to be afraid, but to be courageous, to take the necessary steps you need to take to get to where you want to be. So it's inspiration. Who and what inspires you? What motivates you? Where is your inspiration? What keeps you going, and what motivates you to keep going every day and keep doing what you do, because you are great at what you do. Tenacity, authority. Spirit says you have the authority to do certain things in this life. And that's why it's so important to know your worth, to know your value, and to know what you bring to the table. Okay. So there's one. Also, it's an energy of creation. So if you've been thinking about, like, if you've been having creative blocks, Spirit says remove those blockages. And for some people, that could just be as simple as turning off the phone, like putting it in D&D mode, do not disturb, so that you can have time to brainstorm on whatever it is that you're trying to work on. Or like if you're trying to set up a business and you're trying to figure out what steps. This goes into a conversation I wanted to have on my Instagram live, but I didn't get to do it. Because Thursday was Jupiter Day. And I didn't get to do it because I was busy with work and I was busy with clients. But the energy of abundance, prosperity, when we think about abundance and prosperity, right, and manifesting, people tend to automatically think money, which, yes, that is true. But also prosperity and abundance can come in different forms as well. And so when you think of that, you have to surround yourself. When you look at rich people, right? Like, for example, you look in Hollywood and you see people who make a lot of money. They have their own communities, right? People who are celebrities, they live in their own communities. They surround themselves by like-minded individuals. Billionaires do the same. These people surround themselves who are in the energy of receiving, you see what I'm saying, higher and higher things. So if you're wanting that, you have to surround yourself by people who are in the mindset of, I know my worth, and I'm not charging less than what I know that I'm worth. I'm also not just saying yes to anyone or anything. You know what I mean? So that's another key to manifesting. Like surrounding yourself by people whose expectations are up here, not down here, or who's willing to take something that's subpar instead of saying my standard is here, but I'll take this. No, because that's settling. Billionaires do not settle, right? There's too much on the table at risk. So they're not going to be like, well, I'll take 500. No. Nope. They're not going to do it. Okay, so 2 questions. All right, love. You just a minute. I'm going to answer that question. And then we also have progress for the collective. So Spirit gave that message as well. So progress on all fronts are being made. So where you guys maybe thought at one point in time you weren't going to have a good relationship with someone, or you weren't going to have a healthy relationship, or your career wasn't going to advance, Spirit says progress is in the making for you guys. Advancement, gaining recognition, appreciation, achievement. Somebody around you guys, it could be an employer, it could be a romantic partner, it could be family and friends, but someone is really recognizing your value, and that's really beautiful. Like I said, surrounding yourself by people who uplift, who encourage, who want the best for you. Acceleration, steady gains, and increased clarity. All right. Okay, Aquarian, let's get into your reading, love. How does Steven feel about you? You guys have been dating for 6 months. What's Steven's zodiac sign? Do you know? Well, you probably do know. Y'all been together for 6 months, so. Rhetorical question. Rhetorical question. Let me get a specific deck, which I was actually looking for this deck the other day. Can't go in Aquarium. I was looking for it the other day. Here it is. Okay. Pisces. Pisces. Hang on, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna warm up my coffee, okay? Okay, so Steven is a Pisces. Let's see what the overall energy surrounding Steven is. We'll start there. Alright, Spirit. How does Steven feel towards Aquarian? What is his overall energy towards her, Spirit? Funny thing is, I have oracle decks that I use for love and relationships out because that's what I've been doing here lately. Why is this upside down? Okay. Alright, Spirit, what is Steven R's overall energy towards Aquarian light, Spirit? Don't know why these are upside down. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix it. Welcome if you're new to my channel. Welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thumbs up the live stream if you enjoy my readings and my conversations. And don't forget to turn on the post notifications. All right, Spirit. I'm gonna cut the deck. Love. That's his overall energy towards you. Love. He actually is in love with you. He has a lot of deep feelings, even though he may not outwardly show it. Yes, he definitely is feeling you. Okay, Spirit. Other energies. We have abandoned. This could be that he has codependency issues with abandoned, like he constantly, like, his ego constantly needs to be fit. Like, he needs to constantly hear like words of affirmation from you, that you're attracted to him, that you like him, you love him, whatever the case may be. Because maybe at some point in his life he didn't have let's see, at some point in his life he may not have received the love and the attention, like maybe in his childhood, or even in past connections where he felt abandoned by the people that he loved the most. So it's like he has high expectations for you, Aquarian. We have hidden secrets. Yeah, we have hidden secrets here. This is something that he doesn't talk a lot about. Yeah, he doesn't tell a lot of people this, because Pisces men in particular, they're very deep people. They're very deep people. And Pisces is it's the two fish, right? So sometimes they have an internal struggle. They have an internal struggle with wanting to express how they feel and then holding back. And then wanting to outpour their emotions, outpour their love, and then pulling back. So a lot of times they withdraw emotionally, but inside, just like Scorpio men, water signs in general, but especially the men of these signs, he has a lot going on internally, emotionally. So, yeah, there's things that he hasn't told you about fully. I feel like the more that you guys are together, the more that you talk, the more that you converse with him, the more he will open up and the more he will express how he feels. But he constantly needs reassurance. He deals with insecurities. So he needs to know that he's good enough for you. That's why you constantly have to stroke his ego, because he doesn't feel very confident. I don't know if he's, so much so physically attractive, but he could be a very attractive man, but he could be very insecure. So that's why he constantly needs that ego boost. Spirit, what other messages? How's he feeling? Twin flame. He definitely feels connected to you. And also there is a healing energy surrounding this connection between the two of you. You guys know how I feel about this term, twin flame, but it is a real thing. And your souls merge together in this life for a particular reason. There are certain things that need to be healed. This relationship is definitely going to test you, because there's times where he might withdraw. You might not hear from him. He may not be the best at communicating sometimes. And like I said, not just communicating in general, but just communicating what he needs or how he feels about a certain thing. Like if something bothered him or he's upset about something, he may just withdraw, or he may not talk to you for days, or whatever the case is. And that's something that has to be worked out, because it's very much childish behavior. But he does feel a strong pull to you. He does feel energetically and emotionally connected to you. That's what the twin flame energy is. There are certain aspects of this connection between the two of you where you mirror each other. Because there's also certain parts of yourself that you're still healing and working on as well, because none of us are perfect. But like I said, it's going to test you. The connection is going to test you. He does have a lot of love for you. There's a lot of things that maybe he hasn't told you about. Even though you guys are 6 months in, there's still a lot of things that he has not told you about, because he trusts you to a certain extent. And over time, I feel like over time, he's going to continue to just open up more and more, but it's little by little as he feels comfortable to do so. Cupid strikes. Yeah. He definitely feels very attracted to you. Definitely feels like you're his person. That type of energy. Let's see, Spirit. How's the Steven feeling? How else is Steven feeling, Spirit? He's gone through a lot. He's suffered more than you know in this lifetime. And some of it could have been while he was a child. And also some of it could have been in his adult life. Yeah, look at this. Self-worth, and we have grief. That's one of the reasons why. How he feels in self-worth. How he feels about you. He feels like you know your worth. He also feels that you're still hurting as well from past relationship trauma. So just be careful with this, and him being a Pisces, that this is not a trauma bond, that you guys are not connected by similar experiences in life that were toxic or draining. Because it can be a lot to try to keep up with someone who is very much not in the process of healing. And they constantly need your validation. They constantly need, you know, it's constant. It's constant. So, okay, let me just make sure these are all upright. Hold on. You guys, if anybody wants to give me something for Christmas, please order me another one of these. This is one of the decks I started out 3 years ago. Somebody gifted this to me. This is from Mystic Moon Oracles, and she still sells this Twin Flame Oracle deck. This is what it looks like. That's the only thing I want. Listen, and you don't even have to tell me your name. When you order it, you can send it straight to my PO box. Listen, I will just be like, so woo. Y'all can see what Rico has done. Rico is like, okay, hang on. Trying to turn these up. Okay, here we go. These cards have been through a lot. They've been through a lot of readings, okay? All right. How's the Steven feeling? Yeah, he feels like you're still healing as well. He's like, he feels like you're kind of still coming into knowing your worth, Aquarian light, but at the same time, you're still hurt by past situations. So it kind of makes it hard for you to fully trust him at times. Like you kind of are suspicious at times because of your experiences, and rightfully so. Sometimes he doesn't feel like it kind of hurts him. He doesn't feel like you fully trust him either. So that's mutual energy. All right, Spirit, how does the Steven feel? We've got Dark Night of the Soul. Dark Night of the Soul. This tells me that he actually is going through a healing process right now. This relationship, yeah, he is going through a healing process right now because he's been through a lot himself. Like I said, in life, in general, in relationships. We have Victim. How does he feel? How does he feel about you? Let's see. Dark Night of the Soul. Yeah, he feels like you're struggling. He feels like you're struggling on an emotional level to fully trust him. But also with the Victim, sometimes he feels like the way you portray yourself is as if you're the victim in a situation. Like, because, you know, this, that, and the third. But like I said, rightfully so. But I also feel like he can play the victim at times too. Like I said, he's probably been abandoned before in a relationship. He's probably been rejected before. We have Awakening. I feel like he's starting to realize your value. He's starting to realize that you're very much committed to the process, or it wouldn't have lasted this long if you weren't. We have Numbing. How does he feel about Aquarian Spirit? Yes, he's still, yeah, like I said, he's still in a healing process. He tries not to think about the past, but I think he's starting to realize that the past is what helped you to move forward. He does admire you. He admires your strength. He admires your courage and your resilience. He admires that about you, as well as your beauty. Tell me more. How does he feel? Yeah, Divine Feminine. He sees that. He sees your aura. He sees how diligent and ambitious you are, goal-oriented you are, and your light that shines. He sees that about you. He feels like you're a beautiful woman. You're intelligent. Like, you're the whole package, basically. He also feels like you're very intelligent. We have understanding that you're a good communicator. Like, you're capable of meeting him on certain levels that a lot of other women that he's dated has not been able to do. So he admires that about you. Let's see. Yeah, Ascending. He sees that you're growing, not just in your relationship with him, but also in your career goals. Like whatever you've been trying to achieve career-wise, that's something that you've really been working hard at. Recognition. Yeah, he recognizes this connection between the two of you. The love that you guys share, the emotional connection, the emotional bond, the strength, the tie that you guys have is pretty strong, and he recognizes you for the love that you bring to the relationship, the care, the concern, the empathy, and all of that. So he does, that's how he feels about you, and he feels like you recognize him, you recognize what his needs are, and you know, you are making an effort to be that person in his life that supports him, that, and also feel like he feels like you're the type of person that's going to assist him on his ascension, in his dark night of the soul, that's going to help him heal and actually learn how to love again, and not be like so like suspicious, you know, like I don't know if I can trust her. So it's like you're helping him to kind of open up his trust a lot more. Like he feels like you see him even on his bad days with destruction, even in the times where sometimes it's a little bit rough. Like I said, sometimes he doesn't feel like talking, or he just seems to be kind of stuck in a situation here. You still listen, you observe. Yeah, listen, you observe, and you try to be that positive role model, that positive influence for him to keep going and stay positive. Yes, Pisces men tend to, like I said, they tend to have, sometimes they can tend to be very pessimistic and narcissistic. So you have to be very careful with them. Yeah, material world. Yeah, he sees that you're very abundant financially. Like I said, you're good with your money. You are good with your career and all of the things. So he sees that about you. So he thinks a lot about this relationship between the two of you, and he feels like you think a lot about it too. Where is it heading? Where is it going? Yeah. And then what was the other part of the question? I'm sorry. Something about your job. You said a lot of people are leaving your job. Can you repeat the other half of the question? Because I forgot. Let's find out. All right, Spirit. If Aquarian leaves her current job, what's the possibility of her finding better employment? Right. If anything, this is my suggestion, Aquarian, because, you know, I'm an employment specialist and I work with assisting people with finding employment all the time. There are so many jobs on the market. Like you said, you don't want to commute. So in that case, if I were you, I would look for companies who are hiring remotely. Okay? Hiring remotely so you don't have to commute. Right? Or possibly look into another career field where you don't have to get out of the house, like IT, accounting, things that you can do from home, right? Call center work. You may actually enjoy it, where you don't have to leave your house. You can stay home and do what you need to do. So what's the possible outcome for Aquarian if she leaves her current job? What's the possible outcome here? Messages that she needs to know or be aware of if she leaves the current job. Right. The Tower. It's gonna be rough if you leave. It's gonna be rough if you leave. With the Tower, I feel like also there's some things that you're going to But here's the thing. Queen of Cups. You have to find what works for you, is what Spirit said with the Queen of Cups. What are you comfortable with? That's Spirit's answer. What are you comfortable with? What would you be okay with doing? That's something you have to ask yourself. Like, what am I okay with doing? What do I want to do? Nine of Cups. Yes. What makes you comfortable? What's going to allow you to continue to live the lifestyle that you're living right now? What salary? Do you want to work hourly? Do you want to be on salary? Do you want to be on call? Like, those are things to think about when you're applying. Possible outcome here. The Chariot. Yes, you'll be able to move forward. You will be able to overcome the challenges if you leave. I also feel like you'll be supported as well. Knight of Cups. Yeah, you'll get an offer from someone. They may even reach back out to you asking you to come back. The current job. But yeah, you'll definitely get an offer. Somebody will be offering for you to come work for them. But like I said, like, you got to consider what it all entails. We have the Two of Cups. Yeah. You have to make sure that it's a perfect match for you. It's in alignment with what you're wanting to do. If you're wanting to work remotely, if you're not wanting to commute, if you're, you know what I mean? Even if you're wanting to work in a different field. Yeah. I love this Two of Cups. It's like, is it a match, or keep swiping like on a freaking dating app? Like, that's the thing. Like, even with looking for jobs, like, is this in alignment with what I'm looking for? Do I, like, is it worth it? Is the pay worth it? Is the amount of stress worth it? I know a lot of people focus so much on the pay because, yes, the pay is primarily why we go to work every day. But, right, with that being said, a lot of times if I don't feel comfortable, Nine of Cups, and I'm not being treated with love, care, and concern, and empathy, and compassion, because sometimes employers, very, very rarely, but you will find employers who are considerate. They understand if you have family emergencies. They understand if there's a death in the family. They understand if, you know, you have a child who's sick or anything like that. Someone, you want to work for people who actually care about their employees. That's hard to find these days. That's very hard to find. But also a work environment where it's a team effort and you feel comfortable around all of the people that you work with. Now, of course, in an ideal world, in a perfect world, every coworker would be just, you know, lollipops and rainbows. But the reality of it is, if you can go into that work, into that field, do your job, and be okay when you leave, you're good. You don't have this extreme amount of stress on you every single day. You're fine. But if you are stressed the fuck out every day when you leave work, it's probably not a good job for you. Probably not, because it's eventually going to start wearing and tearing on your health, right? And even physically, like if you're standing physically, you don't have good arch support, your feet are bad, like, you know what I mean? Like, you just have to consider so many different factors before you leave where you are now. You have to kind of like weigh out the pros and cons. If I stay, what could the end result be? If I leave, of course, there will always be another opportunity. If you leave, there will always be another opportunity, but then you're going to have to ask yourself, hey, is this something that's going to bring me what I'm looking for? Seven of Cups. Is it really what it appears to be? Sometimes with the Seven of Cups, it's an illusion. It's a fairy tale. It's not what we really think it is. So when you apply for different jobs, make sure it's in alignment with what you want. Where are you trying to go? Where are you trying to grow? Like, are you trying to climb that corporate ladder with this Three of Wands? Are they willing to help you move into, can you move up? Yeah, can you move up in this company? Is there potential for growth? Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. You might get a company, like if you've been applying, and sometimes they get around, because they do stuff online now instead of in person. A lot of companies are really bad about getting back to people in a timely manner, and they have so many applications to go through. So you'll get a call back when you least expect it. But I would definitely say have something else lined up before you leave the current job. Definitely. Page of Cups. Page of Cups, yeah. Somebody might reach out to you. But it could be a small offer, though. That's the thing. It could be a small offer. I don't feel like it could be better than where you are now. Right? Yeah, the Hierophant. Do your research and figure out if this is in alignment with what you're wanting, with your standards. Does it meet your standards? What do you value in a workplace? What do you value from an employer? What are the key components of why you would choose to work for a particular company or corporation? With the Hierophant is giving Taurus energy. It's giving stability. It's giving practicality. It's giving logic. So why would I leave where I am now to go to somewhere that, one, is more stressful, two, pays a little bit less because I'm taking a pay cut, three, none of these people are concerned with me. I don't know these people, so it's all new. I have to get to know all these new people again. Three, it's a distance, so I have to travel, like you said, commute. Like, those are things to consider. Like, and even talk to some of your coworkers and network with them and see how this guy is like confessing to the priest. You're most welcome. You see how this guy is confessing to the priest? Like, I would say advise, because the Hierophant is about seeking. One is about seeking higher learning, institutions of higher learning, but it's also about being honest about what your values are, your principles, your standards. Like, network and talk to other people around you. Like you said, people who are leaving, connect with them and find out, well, how are you making it? Like, what is it? Have you found something better? Like, networking with people really can help you find something that could be a good fit for you. Because there's a reason why all these great people are leaving. Yes, exactly. And sometimes it is. So I would say, like, with the Hierophant coming out, Spirit's message to you is to choose wisely, to ask for insight, to ask for advice from people who've been there, done that. Like, people who left, they've moved on to another company. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they're getting 401k, they're getting benefits, they have a retirement plan, an IRA, like, you know what I mean? Like, they've got a lot of good benefits. The health insurance is really, really good. Like, talk to people. You being an Aquarius, communication is one of your strong suits. So connecting with people and just kind of talking to them, and asking, oh, hey, well, what did you do? Like, well, have you heard of this and such company? What would you say? What do you think about this? Like, kind of getting feedback kind of helps you to get an idea of what you can expect if you leave, what you can expect if you apply with certain companies. So I hope that makes sense. But Spirit says, consider carefully. Is it in alignment with what it is that you want? Because you will get offers. Some of them will be small offers. Some of them will be offers and communications from companies that you've applied for months ago, a year ago, and now all of a sudden they're wanting to reach out to you. But the question is there an opportunity for advancement? That's a great question to ask when you interview. Are there any opportunities for advancement, or am I always going to stay here? You know what I mean? Should I go back to school? You know what I mean? To get continuing education so that I can be in a better income bracket. Sometimes it takes going back to school. Sometimes it takes investing more in yourself instead of just staying where you are. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. All right, loves. Thank you so much for hopping in. Thank y'all to everybody who hopped in this morning. Sending y'all so much love. It's been a great one. So good to see you, Aquarian. I go live on Saturday mornings. So if you ever want to hop in, love, and catch me live, just come in. Just come on in. Hey, Divine Boo. Yeah, it's hard out here because when it comes to employers, a lot of times they're only looking out for themselves. Just being honest, completely 100% honest. And so you have to do, as an employee, you have to do what works for you, especially if you're a mom, you're a parent, you have children. Even if you don't. Even if you don't, like, you have bills and things and responsibilities that you're trying to catch up on. You have to consider the cost before you invest. Sometimes starting over with a new company it's a leap of faith, but sometimes it'll be the best leap of faith that you ever take. And then sometimes it could turn out being worse than you actually anticipated. And that's okay, because life is an experience. It's okay. Like, you literally can bounce back from anything. I know a lot of people are like, oh, gasp, I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. You can deal with it. Okay, you're still alive. Let's start there. You're still breathing. You can bounce back from it. It may not be an easy bounce back, but you can definitely bounce back from it. So it doesn't matter whether you stay, whether you leave. It's an experience. You learn something from it. You learn what works for you and what doesn't. So, next time, I'm going to ask these questions. Next time, this is what I'm going to, figure out if this works for me. Or I'm going to do this instead, or I'm going to apply here instead. Like, we don't come with a manual. Life does not come with a manual in this 5D. So we don't know. We don't know. Thank you, boo. Yeah, we don't know. So don't ever feel like, if you feel like you need to quit a job, here's what I'm going to say from being in 6 years, doing what I've been doing, going on 7. Make sure you have another job lined up. If you're going to quit, make sure you at least have something lined up before you quit the current job, because it doesn't make sense to just leave a job and not have something else lined up. Now, of course, in certain situations, everybody's situation is different. I'm not here to judge. I'm just giving suggestions based on experience in the field of work that I do. I help people with job placement every day. That's what I do. I recruit, I hire, I interview, run background screenings, all of that. Call companies on people's behalf, send over resumes. That's what I do all day, every day, Monday through Friday. So based on my 6 years of experience, I've seen a lot. A lot has happened. Also, I'm going to say this to mothers who have sons who are of working age, right? Go ahead and start gearing them as they're getting ready to leave high school. Go ahead and start getting them ready to enter into the workforce. Teach them a concept of responsibility, because that way, by the time they're literally off on their own, start early. Start teaching them early. Like, they have to have a concept of responsibility. They have to have a concept of managing money, budgeting, things of that nature. So that way, when they get to, they become adults, it's not a shock to them. And they're not always relying on mommy to come to their rescue. Because in the real world, when you become an adult, there's a lot of people who are not going to be there for you. There's a lot of people who are not going to support you financially. They're not going to do it. You're not going to be able to call mom to always come pick you up and take you to work, or come drop you off, or I need something to eat, so I need her to bring something. Now, not saying that, you can't do that, but it's not, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't happen every day. That's not an everyday thing. So you have to teach children at some point how to be self-sufficient. They have to learn how to be self-sufficient. And you can start with little things, teaching them how to clean their room, teaching them how to pick up their toys, teaching them, okay, you can make your peanut butter and jelly sandwich yourself. You can do it yourself. You have to teach children a concept of, okay, if you did this, it's your responsibility to clean this up. Just like, and the reason I'm saying this is because I see so many people, young people, and especially boys, men, that are like 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, and they're still relying on my mom. Well, I have to wait until my mom gets off before I can go to work. Well, she has to drive me around. But, sir, you're 25. Well, I don't have a driver's license. I have an ID. Why is that? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, well, I forgot. My mom keeps my birth certificate with her. She keeps my social security card with her. Sir, you're almost 30. Okay? Okay. I don't know how to fill out my tax forms. I don't know how to fill out my tax forms. I don't know what I'm claiming. What is that? What's a dependent? Like, and I'm not trying to be funny, but at that age, at that big age, you're 25, 27, almost 30, and you're still relying on mom to do all of that for you. No, sir. Absolutely not. And then you're out here procreating with people. No. And it starts at home, though. It starts at home. I've seen it happen. I've literally had mothers walk into my office, drop their son off, and say, he needs a job. Okay, where's his motivation? He's sitting there looking at me like, I don't even want to be here. She dropped me off. Do you know what kind of work you're looking for? I guess anything. Do you know what kind of schedule you can work? Well, it have to be around my mom's schedule because I have to use her car. Do you see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? So as a parent, you have a huge responsibility. You have a huge responsibility to instill work ethic, to instill responsibility, to instill a concept of budgeting and managing money, and also and personal accountability. Like, if you're not going to show up to a job, then don't come in and ask for the job in the first place. And it starts at home. That's why I say that. So anywho, I hope that makes sense for those of you who are parents, but also just in general, like, people have to learn to be accountable. Oh, well, I didn't show up and I didn't call. Well, y'all were closed. Sir, you couldn't have left a voicemail. Y'all see what I'm saying? You couldn't have sent a text message. You couldn't have left a voicemail. Like, where there's a will, there is a way. Right? So, I had to state that. Also, I was talking about the other day, because I'm tired of hearing about it. Let me just get this off my chest. I have a lot of clients who come to me and they book readings, and the situations are, they're dealing with married men. Okay? They're dealing with married men. And I'm going to say what I say, and that's just that. If you're dealing with someone who's married, man or woman, it doesn't matter. If you're dealing with a married person and they tell you that they're married, please walk away from that situation. It's not going to end well for you. It's not, I don't care what you say. I don't care what delusional things you want to tell yourself, how beautiful you are, how smart you are, how much money you have. I don't care. It's not going to work out for you. You are actually asking for instant karma. That's what you're asking for. Especially if you willingly and knowingly participate in that type of situation. Especially if the person can't even be seen with you out in public. Why would you want that? Why would you want that situation? And here's food for thought. Here's also food for thought. If that person is willing to do that to someone that they are actually married to, they've made vows before the Creator to stay with. If they're willing to do that to them, what makes you think that you're any different? So just think about it, because we're all grown. Just think about it. Make it make sense. If he's willing to cheat on his wife, what makes you think that if you become the next wife, that he won't cheat on you? 1 + 1 is 2. So do you see what I'm saying? Because men lie. Men do a lot of damn lying. So the story of, well, I live with my baby mama, but we're not really together, that's a lie. Well, we're separated, but I'm only there for the kids, that's a lie. Even if they literally are separated, but they're still legally married, what does that tell you? You just got to use some common sense. What does that tell you? Well, he don't really love her. What does that have to do with her still having legal rights? What does that still have to do with her having, not only that, but there's emotional ties there, and people can be real reckless when their feelings are involved. So let's just say that they are physically separated and he lives somewhere else and she lives somewhere else, but she knows where he lives and she knows about you. What you could be putting yourself in danger. You could be putting your children in danger. You could be putting your family in danger because you're willing to risk it for somebody that you think is going to leave their spouse. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of people asking me about it. That's why I'm addressing it. Because it makes no sense. You have a moral responsibility to yourself. I'm not even going to talk about the other person. To yourself, to say, as soon as I find out that this is what he's on, move around. It's done. It's a done deal. Cut it off, move around ASAP, because it's only going to cause problems. You're going to be caught up in drama. They're going to drag you through the mud, and then they're going to drop your ass because it's going to be, well, I couldn't leave. Why? Because the house is in her name. The cars are in her name. Yeah, she makes the most money here. Where is he gonna go? You think he's gonna leave where he's staying at to come stay with you and start all over? Make it make sense. I'm literally trying to make it make sense. Because I get these questions all the time. Well, do you think he's gonna leave? Do you think he's gonna leave her that he's been with for 20 years and come be with me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, y'all, please. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. Soon as you know better, you do better. Soon as you find out, and yes, people will say, well, this person we can do all the judging here and there that we want to do, but a lot of times, like I said, men lie. So you can ask all the questions you want to up front, but a lot of times they're not forthcoming. And until you find out that truth, once you find out that truth, it's your responsibility to make a moral decision and say, you know what, I don't want to be a part of this mess. This is not my battle. This is not my battle, and I'm not going to entertain it. So there's that. What else? I have collective readings to do. Anybody wanting to book a personal this week, I would be very busy with work. So anybody wanting to book a personal, you need to do it by Tuesday. Do it by Tuesday. Because it's going to be a busy week, okay? Sending y'all so much love today. Today is protection day. So like if you have, like I was saying at the beginning of this live stream, if you have Florida water, you have your sage, you have your incense, whatever you have, whatever you do for protection, saying the prayers, cleansing your home, all those different things, do it. Do it. Protection is so important, especially now in this day and age. There's so much lurking out there. You want to stay guarded. You want to stay protected. So sending y'all love until the next live stream. Have a great weekend, y'all. Peace.